are in the bookstore.
That's too funny.
I know. I'm trying to be a good plucker. Plucking.
What can I do? Say sorry. How about that? I'll just go like that.
I invite you to sit in a quiet and comfortable position and gently close your eyes. Now bring your attention to your breath and allow your breathing to settle into a deep, slow, peaceful rhythm. Let your breath flow. Breathe in and out. In and out. Feel your breath moving deeper into your abdomen. Take a slow 4-count inhale. 2, 3, 4. And a 6-count exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With your next inhale, go ahead and pause at the top of the breath and hold for a few moments before exhaling. Deep inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue this on your own in the silence 2 more times. When you focus on your breath, you focus on the present moment. You live in the present moment. Life only exists in the present moment. In the present moment, there is peace. The past is done and gone. You can learn from it and release it. The future is uncertain. The present moment provides everything you need for successful living. Now, as you continue connected to your breath, bring your awareness to this room, to the chair you're sitting on, to the people around you. And when you are ready, open your eyes.
Carmen, thank you so much for that incredible bit of peace. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Faith Rivera thought she could write one of the most beautiful congregationals, and I agree. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am stronger every moment, every day. My mind is willing I continue walking in this mystery. I surrender to my greatest, highest good. I release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am grateful every moment, every day. There may be walls, there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I am kinder every moment, every day. And I am loving every moment, every day. I will relive every moment, yes, every day. Surrender. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. See, I have my glasses, I can see. You are the face of God. Yes, I see those faces. I hold you in my heart, Oliver. You are my family. You are the face of God. You are my family. You are the face of God. Yes.
I recognize today that God is the source of all life, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient. I know that I am one with God. I am the expression of love. I am created in that image and likeness of the Most High. I know that the life that I live is given to me by that love of God. God is my source. I know that there isn't anything that I need, for all is already given to me. And so today I embrace the present moment, knowing that in this day, God is expressing its own life in me, as me, and through me. I also know that God gives me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. God gives me the courage to change the things I can. And God gives me the wisdom to know the difference. I know that the center is the place where I come to feed my spirit, to know that my life is lived by love, with awareness, with meaning and purpose. I know that today's message that is given by Reverend Stacy is prepared by the mind of God. And so I sit here and I listen with my heart, and I take that message out into the world. For I know that the good of all is my good. That my good is the good of all people. And so I say yes today to life, to letting go of what I no longer need, and to create a world that works for everyone. I am so very grateful that my word is taken by the law. And more importantly, what I feel is taken by that law and returns to me exactly as I know it is. And so I simply give my word into that creative law, knowing it is already done. Join me in saying, and so it is.
So it is. Wow.
Carmen. Gosh, all is well. And she is up here. Will you stay with me? Gosh, Carmen. So beautiful.
She delivers.
She does deliver. Carmen Rogers. And she knits too. Those blankets are unbelievable.
I feel like this. How do you feel?
All right. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. I accept things the way they are. I accept things the way they are not. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Come on. I love wastefully. I love wastefully. I give freely. I give freely. I reap abundantly. I reap abundantly. Woo! I already have everything I need. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Yeah, yeah. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Yes, it is. I accept things the way they are. I will accept things the way they are not. Something wonderful is happening already have everything I need. Something wonderful, yeah, is happening to me right now. Let's take it home. I know it's in my mind, yes, and I feel it in this body. So it is, this body. So it is, so it is, and so it is, so and so it is, and so she is, and so it is. Our Reverend Chef, yeah.
Patty Powers and Dave. Powerhouse Powers. Yes. Thank you for, if you're standing, if it's comfortable for you, please stay with me. God bless America and the rest of the world. And just give yourselves a little squeeze. Hug, and it benefits us all. Have a seat, please. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad to see the people in the seats. I'm glad for those of you that are out there virtually as well. But I know that those here in the seat, if you went through half of what I went through to get here this morning, I'm really happy to see you. Yeah, I won't tell you. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, who's here for the first time? Who's online for the first time? Just type something in if you can. Thank you all for being here. I'd just like to tell you that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you'll always be welcomed here, no matter what. I promise. Okay? Thank you. We have a nice little power talk by our enchanted Charlie.
All right.
Hello, CSL Convention. I'm so happy to be here with you, or at least on screen with you. My name is Charlie Yusi, and I have been a teen from the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living for the last 4 years. And today, I'm so excited that I get to share with you and tell you a story that is definitely reflective of all the great lessons that teens embrace in this teaching, such as the creative process. You know, I say that the mind is the most powerful spiritual tool that we have because with one single thought, you are able to manifest literally anything. So with that being said, a few years ago, my stepmom introduced me to a Broadway musical called Once on This Island. It has such a heartfelt story and such beautiful music. Soon after, I found out that they did a redo of the show, so I ended up looking up clips of it on YouTube, and I fell more in love. Later on, I did introduce my stepmom to the new cast album. So fast forwarding to February 2020, which is my birthday, she was able to get me tickets to Once on This Island. I was ecstatic, but she did tell me that the tickets were the balcony seats, the caca seats, but it didn't matter to me because I had been wanting to see the show for forever. But you know, when it comes to manifesting, I feel it's really important to feel as though you already have it. And what I mean by that is I would be immersing myself in the music and watching the clips, and I would have that joy and happiness. And from that, it causes vibration, which then brought these tickets into my reality. And, you know, then in my excitement of the show, I then said to my stepmom, like, wouldn't it be cool to manifest front row center seat tickets? Because obviously, what have we learned in this teaching? Anything is possible. So I said the thought, and with that, it was both planted in our subconscious minds, and from there, we just let it go. This was definitely something that I wanted, but of course, I was open to whatever will happen. You know, another thing I've learned is to listen. Listen to those gut feelings or to those nudges that are trying to communicate with you. My stepmom got that nudge. She felt called to go online to this ticket reseller called StubHub and look up tickets for the show. But as she was scrolling through, she found 3 available tickets that are in the front row, and they are a few days sooner than our other tickets. In her mind, she thought, okay, I'll buy these ones and then I'll just sell the other ones. I'll just do it. Next thing you know, she calls me up and says, guess what? Here are front row semi-center seat tickets, but they are also cheaper than our other ones. I like to believe that the universe was telling me or reminding me that I was loved because of the pricing of the tickets. The cost was $143, 143, which is the numerical representation of I love you. This was a wow story for us. And from this experience, I noticed that sometimes you just have to go for it. You know, my stepmom was faced with the idea of, oh, it's already pricey, and what if no one wants the other set of tickets? Knowing we were spending so much more than what was planned for the show. But she knew the opportunity was so great that she just had to do it, and she just had to take it. But in all, the show was amazing, and I felt like I was living in a dream, and it was just so awesome. And I was in the theater in tears. I left the theater in tears. But, you know, the production was incredible. And the universe works in such mysterious ways, because the next day we received an email that the original day that we were supposed to go was canceled and that our tickets would be refunded. Clearly, all was orchestrated in ways that we could have never have imagined. And for me, this is why I love this teaching, because we are just in that knowing that it would all go as it should and all is well. For myself, I know that I would want to continue on this path of growth and to continue to pay attention to those gut feelings that are trying to communicate with me. And so with that, in closing, I want to ask you one question. What messages does Spirit have for you? Embrace the wow, knowing you are exactly where you are supposed to be, right here and right now. Sending you so much love and gratitude, and thank you for all that you do for the teens and the inspiration that you share with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.
She's showing us how to do it.
Yeah.
He is showing us the way. And letting us know we've got to feel it. Congratulations, that is awesome. You know, your stepmom's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I think the both of you together are unstoppable.
That's right.
Wow. That was beautiful, right? And can I just say that video is incredible. I love the way it is produced. Yvonne. This is a beautiful song that I just found. Just found it. It is called Getting Good.
Once I fall in love, then I'll be happy. Fall in love, and there's still a hope. Once I get some money, it'll all be easy. Then you get that money and you still feel broke. Once I get a little older, I won't worry. Then you get a little older and it don't feel like it should. I'm thinking once I grow right where I'm planted, maybe that's when life starts getting good. Once I get a car that don't stop in the morning, I can make it anywhere I want, just wait. See it right now, sitting in my driveway. Afraid if I take it out, I'll chip the paint. Once I get a house that I can put my head on, I bet I wanna build a bigger one if I could. I'm thinking once I learn to grow right where I'm planted, maybe that's when life starts getting good. Oh, getting good. Getting good. Life starts getting good. afraid of both my parents dying. Call my daddy, answers right away. And I didn't hear a word, 'cause I was thinking what hasn't happened yet will someday. Hang up the phone before I know it. I'm crying over the conversation my fear took. I'm thinking once I learn to soak up every moment, I'll realize my life's already good. It's already good. Already good. My life's already good. I know now that my life's already good. And I thank God that my life's already good.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That is by Lauren Elena. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Getting good.
Yeah, get good. It is good. It's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat and Dave. Charlie, 143, Carmen, 143, Patty and Dave, 143, all of you. I absolutely love, love, love each of you. A little video to show you this morning. Let's start there.
We are marking a solemn day today with a very special person. Today is International Holocaust Remembrance Day, and we begin this hour with a story about a survivor who has found a new way to make sure that people never forget. Her name is Lily Ebert. She was 20 years old when she and her family were taken to Auschwitz, the largest of the Nazi death camps, which, by the way, was liberated 77 years ago today. And she's now sharing her story in a way designed to reach a younger generation. Charlie D'Agata met the great-grandmother to learn more.
At 98, Lily Ebert may just be the oldest influencer on TikTok.
Hello, TikTok. Shabbat Shalom.
She's gained more than 1.6 million followers, 23 million likes.
When they're killing people, the music.
Largely by sharing stories of how she survived the Holocaust and the Nazi death camp at Auschwitz.
It was normal. In Auschwitz, you were not afraid of that. You were afraid to live. I was really not sure that I will stay alive. It is a miracle that I am here, but I promised myself how long I will be alive and what I will do in life. One thing is sure, I will tell my story.
And the story she tells is hard to hear. When she arrived at Auschwitz, age 20, guards took away Lily's mother, her brother, and one of her sisters. In her worst nightmares, she couldn't imagine why.
What really happened in our darkest moment, we wouldn't think of that. It was not in our mind that something like that can happen.
They were taken away to the gas chambers that very afternoon.
Go.
Hello, TikTok.
Sharing her story with the TikTok audience
Shabbat Shalom.
Have a nice
was a
weekend,
mission
everybody.
Lily
Shabbat
and her
shalom. Thank you.
18-year-old great-grandson Dove started during the lockdown.
So I said to my great-grandmother, if they can go viral for dancing, why can't we go viral for sharing these really important messages?
I saw that
And if you thought the horrors of the Holocaust might not be popular on a platform better known for cute kittens, stupid stunts, and dance-offs, you'd be wrong.
Thanks.
Lily soon went viral, with tens of millions of views.
Our dinner, that was
People, young people, wanted to know more about Lily and her survival story.
my number is 18572.
That video alone got more than 20 million views.
It was not my name. We were not human.
One storyline had followers intrigued. After Auschwitz was liberated, she got talking to an American GI who wrote a message on a German banknote.
And he write me, good life, good luck for your future.
And of course, that got social media guru Dove thinking.
I remember joking with my great-grandmother that I would be able to find the soldier in 24 hours.
It took less than that.
I posted it, and within 8 hours, I had, I think, 8,000 notifications, and the tweets had 2 million views, and an hour later, we had managed to find the soldier.
Private Hyman Schulman from Brooklyn. He passed away in 2013. Soon, they set up a Zoom call with his son, Jason.
I have to tell you quite honestly that I thought at first that this was a scam of some sort. And yet, when I looked at the banknote, there it said something like good luck and happiness. And there in Hebrew lettering was my father's Hebrew name, first and middle name.
But that must have given you the chills.
It did. It did. After I got over my distrust and realized something real was going on, it really did give me the chills.
Lily told us that little note restored her faith in humanity.
People who changed my life with a gesture, a sentence, a note. And that's what my dad did.
Lily and Dove have authored a bestseller with a foreword written by Prince Charles. They even met Prime Minister Boris Johnson at Downing Street. In reaching out to the TikTok generation, Lily has kept a lifetime promise alive.
I thought single-handedly I will tell my story and I will change the world.
Change the world. You
Change
promised
the
yourself
world.
that. You promised yourself.
And yes. And now I love, after, I really love, what have I done? Change the world.
One TikTok at a time.
If our generation is gone, it's gone. And this story should not and cannot be forgotten.
For CBS Mornings, Charlie D'Agata, London.
Wow. So
Charlie D'Agata, what a beautiful piece. Lily Abert, when she says she was not afraid of death, she was afraid of life. And what a beautiful thing that she and her grandson have done together.
Great-grandson.
Great-grandson,
Yeah,
you're
what a
right,
connection.
Nate. Yeah.
She's delightful. And by the way, that effort on TikTok.
I want you to stop for a minute and just close your eyes. And drop into your heart. Just feel that energy, that beautiful soul that we just watched. The excitement, the laughter. 98 years old, changing the world. In essence, creating a world that works for all. Open your eyes when you feel called to do so. He's doing exactly that which we speak to every Sunday. We can call it changing the world, we can call it creating a world that works for all. I think it's the same difference. Yes. Carmen, I loved your centering and your prayer. You know, I always love your prayers. And that connection with the breath can always bring us back to the now whenever we choose, no matter how crazy we get about whatever the heck is going on, the heaven is going on, the hell is going on. We always have the option to bring it back. Because this, the now, is where Spirit lives. Spirit is a God of the living, not a God of the dead. Spirit is within, right here, right now, always as close, if not closer than our next breath. And we have access to it all the time. All the time. What I loved about that video, besides the fact that in looking for my adventure, I didn't have to take the back roads to Southern California, is the fact that I have, just like that beautiful woman, I have this thing about us losing our humanity. Us losing our humanity. It's so easy for us to go to space now. Seemingly, I haven't gone. I'm not really signing up. I got enough to do here. I got work to do here. And I really hope we don't take the same shenanigans that we pulled here to space and ruin that. Not that this is ruined here, But you know what? We got some work to do here. My parents always taught me leave things better than when you left them. I think we need to clean this up myself. That's just me. Not that I'm not excited about the space thing, but I'm concerned about humanity here. Concerned. I'm not worried, but I am committed to doing what I can with this space, with the space outside of this space, in Las Vegas, in the nation, and in this world, before I go on to the other world. Yeah. So the principles we're talking about in Embracing the Now is we're talking about freedom. And freedom means something probably to that beautiful soul in that video. It might mean a little something a little different. You think? But I'm talking about freedom for each of us. You know, we're caught up in this thing called a pandemic, and I just, this week I just said, enough. I'm not wearing my mask. I'm not, not being unsafe or whatever the thought is. But I just make different decisions based upon, we have to move on. We've got to move forward. Moving forward doesn't look like lockdown. Moving forward means people back in seats. Moving forward means ministry of prayer meetings in person. Moving forward means workshops. Moving forward means classes. That's how we connect. And we need that. We need it. And Zoom, we have embraced the technology. It's a wonderful thing. I love it. In fact, I like it a little better than, because we got all the snackage and we got the food for thousands of people and 6 people show up and all of that sort of thing. But we've got to start freeing ourselves from this thing that we are attached to, which is probably going to be like the flu, and it's not going to go away. But we live with things all the time, don't we? We live with flus, we live with colds, we live with all sorts of things, conditions that we created until we can figure out how to uncreate them. But we move forward with them. Dr. Ernest Holmes, the author of the Science of Mind textbook, and the founder of this beautiful teaching, Science of Mind, religious science, said, freedom is the birthright of every living soul. And we believe in the control of conditions through this one mind. This pandemic is a sign of our times. It's a sign of our times. It may leave tomorrow. I don't know. May leave next week. I have a feeling it's getting closer to being gone. In the meantime, what does your life look like? What does your life look like? Are you sitting there waiting with bated breath for the pandemic to leave? Miss Daisy, I see her back there. Nope. Who decided to start children's church again. So beginning in the next week or so, or whenever the kids show up, we are now open for children.
In this country, moving forward.
We, I do not believe, have the luxury to go backwards, and so I think we're going to always see that things are opening up, right? And you're like, really now? Is that really smart? I think that we've done ourselves, nope, I'm not going to say that. We've got to move forward. I'll leave it at that. I want you to think back on those first days. It's been almost 2 years. 2 years in March. Think about that first day when you heard we had to be locked down. Can you take yourself back there? I know we're celebrating the now. We're talking about embracing the now. Can you think about that? Kind of like those moments, I wasn't there when Robert Kennedy or JFK or MLK were killed. But most people can remember. Remember exactly where you were. I remember exactly where I was in 9/11. I'm thinking that this thing called the lockdown, we can remember exactly where we are. It's that powerful. And something that powerful comes around, we should do something equally as powerful, if not more so. We should remember all of the stuff that we've gone through to get to where we are right here and right now. And we should pat ourselves on the back, we should celebrate, we should do whatever so that we can say, yeah, we did this. We did this. Now last week when I talked about being at convention, and I spoke about me not engaging in quite the same manner. There was an engagement of just relaxation, of just being comfortable with sitting with Franny, sitting with Cheryl, sitting with Reverend Wanda, sitting with a group of 10 people, when's the last time that happened? Not for me, it's been a long time. And 10 like-minded souls just having lunch. Outside, in a beautiful setting, and just, it was just embracing the now. There was no topic. There was nothing to discuss necessarily. It was just us engaging and relating to each other. How's it going for your center? What's new with you? How are you? In past years, I have been on this mission of let me collect all the information that I can collect so that we can do so much if I get all the information. Guess what? I'm never going to have all the information. That's right. And even if I do, I'm going to forget half of it anyway. That's why I have notes. So why don't I just embrace what I have right here and right now and go with that? The idea to sit with 10 people at a table and talk about what a beautiful gift Charlie is to the center. That's what I want to do. To talk about Dr. Ernest Holmes, whose birthday was January 21st, which was really kind of weird what they did. I mean, it was supposed to be a birthday party, and that's why they moved up the day, because normally convention is in February. And so we had a birthday party, kinda. And they gave us these cupcakes with his face on them, which was really kind of creepy. It was more than kind of creepy, it was really, really creepy. I put him on my dashboard and we rode with him on the way home. But sometimes I don't know that we think things through, right? Because as an organization and as a philosophy that gets this bum stupid rap about us being a cult, which is ridiculous, to put the face of a founder on a cupcake kind of feels a little cult-like. I'm just saying. All the work that they put into this convention, it's another thing. Embracing the now. You talk about people that embrace the now. To go from 400 guests in 1 week, and by the time, they put in all the restrictions and what they thought to keep us safe had to happen, it went down to 2 something. And a lot of our centers, they didn't understand, well, why are we going through with it? And even I was like, I don't know, we should go. I want to go get a test, and if it comes back positive, I'm just going to stay my behind home. Of course, I went and took the test. Cheryl and I took the test. Cheryl got hers back. Hers was negative. I got mine back, and it was inconclusive because I didn't do the swabbing enough or something. So I still went down with the same set of mind, like, I don't know, but I'm here. I'm going to embrace the now, whatever that looks like. And so I'm freaking out because I have ordination panels to sit on at 9 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday morning, and it's 8:45, and I've got to take in and get my results. I'm like, well, if I'm positive, then I hope somebody can cover for me on these ordination panels, because they're going to be a little upset. And it was fine. It was fine. It would have been fine either way. But to watch, I heard the word of 2020 was pivot. Pivot. And to watch people pivot on that level. You know, it's one thing with the people, about 60, 100 people, but when you're expecting 400 or 500 people, that's a whole different thing. In a location where you don't know how things roll necessarily, and everything costs money. And so most of the centers were like, just cancel, just cancel. And finally it struck me, the same people that said, well, I don't see why you're open. Reverend Cheryl and I said, because Las Vegas is open, and we're serving a community. And if those people want to come and sit in this sanctuary on Sunday mornings, we're going to be open for them.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you. We did it as much for ourselves as we did for you. Not to say, you know, that it wasn't, you know, and Patty and Dave and Kaden and Jake, you weren't here yet. Julius was here, I think, and Yvonne and Charlie, and Kitty and Aldo. Every Sunday, that's what we did. And you guys watched until you could come back. You know, we're at that space and time, and we're kind of a smaller community, that if we don't do that, I don't know how much support that we can necessarily rely on. I'm not saying Spirit doesn't have us, but I'm saying in looking at the numbers, being a good business person, a good steward of the money, it made sense for us to open up because we were going to get more money so that we can do what we need to do to move us forward. I am sure that that's why CSL went ahead and had that convention. Of course. That's a lot of money to lose. They were looking at it, they canceled about $500,000. And so they did it, and it was fine. We're already working with smaller numbers. We have less people that are coming to church. We have to expect that there's decline. There's an ebb and flow to everything. We, in my opinion, my humble opinion, should be the most popular thing going. I watched on that same show that CBS Mornings, or whatever it's called now, CBS This Morning, I just lost my train of thought. That's why I don't try and get all the information. It'll come back, or it won't.
Yes, it will. I do that.
But anyway, as I sat there at that convention, just in awe of how they're able to pivot. People canceled at the last minute, speakers canceled, things happened, shifted, had ordination panels, it was fantastic. And somebody asked the first day, why are you serving here? Don't you do enough? I don't know how you can do enough, and I'm sure that, you know, I sometimes check in with myself about that. Are you doing too much, Stacy? I think you kind of, you know, as you juggle, you drop in the ball somewhere, and yeah, sometimes. I serve this center, and I serve CSL because I volunteered at the convention, as well as Reverend Cheryl did. I serve because this teaching serves me. You serve where you get served. And so each and every person that I get an opportunity and get the blessing to meet and help, talk to, they're giving me something back. And that's not why I do it, it just is how it works. So I don't feel overextended most of the time. That's not true. Talk about that in a minute. But I have to adjust. Either don't do it, or do it with a smile. It's not that I don't do it with a smile, I just sometimes I get a little tired. But I've got to remind myself that I signed up for it. So just unsign myself up when it gets too much. You know, we had great speakers, as we always do. Dr. Edward Viljoen started us off on the first night and just spoke about what's the next 10 years look like. Remember 10 years ago, we were two separate organizations. We weren't Centers for Spiritual Living. We were Religious Science International, and there was United side. 10 years ago, we came together. That's a big deal.
Yes.
And so he was asked, what does 10 years look like from now? Because he gets a lot of heat about the social justice thing, as we all do, that are speaking that. And he said, Ernest Holmes would absolutely want us to talk about social justice. I'm not going to shift that. We're creating a world that works for all. And so he will speak in a manner that he feels is relevant and that will help the most people, especially help those that have been underserved. So I felt like, yeah, okay, this is my place. Dr. Preacher Weld is from CSL Dallas. Been a minister since she was, I don't know, 20, 21. She's now in her early 60s. Powerhouse. She writes a lot for the Science of Mind magazine, writes with Christian Sorensen, who was another longtime minister, who's been a minister since he was about 18 or 19 as well. And also in his early 60s, mid-60s. They got a little bit of wisdom, a little bit of experience. And Preacher Weld has talked about the pandemic being the sacred disruptor. See, sometimes we just have to shift how we think about things. The sacred disruptor, which really gave us an allowance for where to embrace, that gave me the idea that I could embrace this thing called technology. And not that I was scared of it or not using it. I mean, I could use it a little bit more effectively. However, there's some rumblings and grumblings when things update, and I got to learn something all over again. But to see each one of you again join classes that, you barely knew what the mouse was. And embrace the technology to connect and learn, that really moved me and touched me. Reverend Carolyn Douglas, who is known to be very prim and proper and really just kind of speak out of the Science of Mind textbook. She's from CSL Peninsula, just near San Jose. And I saw her right before, and she was nervous, and she's sitting backstage. Beautiful, lovely woman. And, she's typing, and she's typing her notes, kind of like me, just back there, just working away at getting her talk done. 10 minutes before time to speak. But we do. The Spirit's always working. You don't shut the flow off. So she's typing. And then she talks about the pandemic is the time that we just needed to take a pause. Take a pause and look at how we are being human, how humanity is. That's all we had the chance to do. What else could we have done? It was a beautiful talk. And when she finished, she came and she sat down at the table next to me, and I said, that was great. And she said, Stacey, I have no idea what I said. I said that not one word of that was in my notes. She just spoke from her heart. She spoke being authentic, which is the new thing now, which we kind of fit in. Why do we fit in? It's not about the things from the textbook. Yes, it is, but if you're living it, then it's already going to be infused with that.
Right.
For me to sit here and read from the Science of Mind textbook doesn't make much sense to me. That's what classes are for. But for me to stand here and tell you how I'm using it in my life, that's going to be more impactful. And if I'm sitting on that side of the seat, when Reverend Cynthia was up here, that's what she did. And that's what I enjoyed, and so that's why I'm here. And then, last but certainly not least, is Dr. Jim Lockard. Spoke about being, I can never say this correctly, becoming an apocalyptimist. How to face reality with a sense of optimism. That's what that lady in that video did. She said she had a loss of how she felt about humanity. I don't know if she did the Visioning Queen's questions, if she did the Sacred Inquiry or not. But she certainly came up with the answer, and it's multi-generational. And she's creating a world that works for all in her way, and she looks like she's having a blast. Right. What is it for each of us to do that we can do? How can we connect? There's not tons of kids running in here right now. There may be, there may not be. We were laughing the other day about how young religious science people look. We could live till we're 100 and who knows? And we keep talking about getting the kids in. The kids aren't here. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Because we're not going to sit with our bated breath. Wait for the kids. Wait for the kids. There's something that we can do together in the meantime. If they show up or not show up, we're still living. There's enough of us out there that we can reach another person that we see is having a struggle that could use the teaching and say, hey, why don't you come? This center is, it's real stuff. It's real talk. You're not going to feel any kind of way about, you're not going to get that from us. You may feel some kind of way because that you're bringing your thoughts with you. But wherever you're on your sacred path, you're welcome here. So while we're waiting for the kids, maybe we can do something else in the meantime. Or we're waiting for all the Chad and Charlie's friends to come around. And most of us didn't come until we were 40-something years old anyway. So I don't even know why we're tripping. I started classes at 41. If the average lifespan is 80-something, we've got plenty of time. Take your class to become a practitioner, become a minister, and keep it moving. What else are you going to do? The convention was called Embrace the Now. I watched, as I heard them speak, I watched them embracing the now. I watched them do what they needed to do to shift and make that environment work for who they had right then and right now. That's what we're called to do. That's what I think we do, and I think we do it well. Could we have a more influx of money? Yeah, it's coming. Patty's going to sing a song about that pretty soon. It's coming to me. Now is all we have. Now is where freedom lies. It lies within the presence and essence of that which is your creator and mine. If life seems to be passing you by, the way to get back in the flow and experience joy and wonder is by embracing the now. Eckhart Tolle, in Practicing the Power of Now, says this. Speaks about breaking the old pattern. Actually, let me start from the beginning. Entering the now. With the timeless dimension comes a different kind of knowing, one that does not kill the spirit that lives within every creature and everything. A knowing that does not destroy the sacredness and mystery of life, but contains a deep love and reverence for all that is. A knowing of which the mind knows nothing. Break the old pattern of present moment denial and present moment resistance. Make it your practice to withdraw attention from past and future whenever they are not needed. Step out of the time dimension as much as possible in everyday life. If you find it hard to enter the now directly, start by observing the habitual tendency of your mind to want to escape from the now. You will observe that the future is usually imagined as either better or worse than the present. If the imagined future is better, it gives you hope or pleasurable anticipation. If it is worse, it creates anxiety. Both are an illusion. Both are an illusion. I spoke about a little bit about me signing up for everything. Let me do it, I'll do it. I'm that kid right in the class. And with that comes some anxiety sometimes. I don't know that I can do one more thing. And that's really where conventions and things where you get a chance to get away really help. Because you connect and you're lifted up and boosted. Not that I'm not energetically lifted by each one of you here, but it's a different when you kind of get out of town and get away. And you're not responsible for being the one to bring it. Time isn't precious at all, because it is an illusion. What you perceive as precious is not time, but the one point that is out of time, the now. That is precious indeed. The more you are focused on time, past the future, the more you miss the now. The most precious thing there is. That's Eckhart Tolle as well. So, when we came back from convention last Saturday night, we got back to the house about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's time to write a song. Time to write a song. And so, Cheryl and I speaking together, it's infinitely less painful. I'm joking, you can laugh. Infinitely less painful because it's half the time. And did that, had a talk Sunday. Then we had a birthday brunch to go to. Monday we had a memorial service. Tuesday we had a workshop. No, Friday I had a workshop. Wednesday I had book study. Wednesday I had visioning. We had end of prac 1, term 1 on Tuesday. Went to see my first lady Tuesday night. Meeting with the minister that I'm sponsoring. Workshop Friday. And then we had practitioner panels for CSL Jamaica yesterday. I love doing every one of those things.
In the same week.
In the same week, it's a bit much in the same week. But I'm energized by that. And again, I serve because I'm served by this teaching. It's not selfless, believe me. It's nice to see somebody from CSL Jamaica is on right now, actually. Her name's Tamu. Tamu, Chima, and Yvonne passed their practitioner panels yesterday, and they're from CSL Jamaica with Reverend John Scott. And they're on, and Jamie sat on the panels, and Kitty, and Juanita, and Aldo, and Lauren, and who am I missing? Kathy. And Kathy. And Reverend Cheryl. And Reverend Cheryl. And to see them. And we brought the diversity, which is funny. Right? CSL Jamaica. And just to see those faces as we said, yeah, you passed. To feel the difference and knowing that there's differences and they're in a different country, but we're one and the same. And we're of the same teaching and the same faith. And I mean, how much joy can you get by just sitting there for an hour? I don't know, but it was just lovely. It's a good use of my time. I'm honored and I'm delighted to do that. There is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. And sometimes I think, man, you're doing too much this. You'd probably be better at that if you just gave up this over here. Maybe. I'll look into it. I'll see how I feel about it. I'll check in with myself on a day-to-day basis, and I will make that call appropriately. If you feel anxiety or depression, you are not in the present. You're either anxiously projecting the future or depressed and stuck in the past. The only thing you have any control over is the present moment. Simple breathing exercises can make us calm and present instantly. I was listening to something on NPR. I love it when Spirit I'm just like, Spirit, I gotta talk, and come on, bring it, because I put too much on my plate this week. And Spirit never fails me. So of course there's something on NPR that after I finished the panels, I went and did a bunch of errands, and on NPR there was something talking about these are the good old days. And a young man spoke about his father, who he remembered him mowing the lawn one hot summer day. And the father was, it's hot and bad, frustrated. And the son thought back fondly on that, because not long after that, the father got diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And the son said, those are the good old days. And as he brought that recollection and talked with his father about that, the father remembered that one afternoon. And the father said, yeah, those are the good old days. These are the good old days. These are the days that are good if we make them good. Pandemic or not. I'm going to be wary of you. I don't want to hang out with you. Pandemic. COVID-19. And if I can get rid of you, I will. But if not, I'm okay. I'm moving forward. You're not stopping me anymore. You're not stopping us anymore. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be a sun, be a star. I don't think the person knows that the sun's a star, but Martin Luther King, sorry. For it isn't by size that you win or fail. You're the best of whatever you are. The ability to be in the present moment is a major component of mental wellness. It's by Abraham Maslow. In closing, the other story that I got from NPR yesterday was, I don't know how it came up or was the end of something. We talked about Lou Gehrig. Now Lou Gehrig, if you know the story, he was called the Iron Man of baseball. Played in 130 consecutive games, and then was diagnosed with ALS. And as he retired, he was, I think it was in Yankee Stadium probably, on July 4th, 1939. And he said, he was the luckiest man on the face of this earth. Now, I don't know if I'm the Iron Woman of CSL. There's a lot of people that do a lot of things. But it is my honor and privilege to do all that I can to bring this teaching to every person that I have the opportunity to meet. That makes me the luckiest woman on this earth. Thank you all. I love you.
She's good. She's good. I can't take it away from her. She's good. She's smart. She's Iron Woman.
Well, you're an Iron Woman yourself.
You're everything. Oh, now you're everything I wish I could be. I am, actually. I love you, Reverend Stacy. That was so incredible. You made us get up on our feet. That's what we needed. This song I chose and is keeping with our talk title. Kind of. It's a beautiful song by Fleetwood Mac.
So
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Me too. I love that. Thank you. This is the time we call giving and receiving. We are not passing baskets around. There's a basket in the back of the room. We also have a text to tithe number that you can also text for those of you that are watching virtually or in your seats. If you don't mind, please hold your gift and say our affirmation with us. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. So it is. I am knowing that each gift and each tithe is not only a blessing to Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, but it's a blessing to the giver, as it is how it works. And I'm grateful for each and every tithe and each and every gift, as it allows this center to continue its work in creating a world that works for all. And so it is.
And so it is.
Believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Yeah. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know, yes, and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. All the joy and peace, it is mine. Oh, love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine.
Okay. For anyone that would like prayer support, all you need to do is just send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. We need your prayers. We love to pray, so send them on. And guess what we're having Wednesday at noon? We get to join with the Revs for lunch again. So it's this Wednesday.
I'm doing it.
At noon. Get on Zoom. Now, if you want the link, all you got to do is just call the office. And the number of the office is 702-255-6412 for that link. So, yeah. And a week from Wednesday, we're going to have our Heart of Peace meditation at 6 p.m. right here with our famous Aldo facilitating and our beloved Karen Jones doing the bowls. And so if you can come and join with us in person, it'll help expand the consciousness and you will absolutely love it. I can assure you, I wouldn't miss it. Charlie, our enchanted Charlie, has got an announcement that he would like to share with us. So he's going to come up and share. Yeah, Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to do the long way around.
Enchanted Charlie, he's the best. Oh yeah, enchanted Charlie, he is the best.
Yeah. I'm not a lyric writer.
Sung in.
I'm not a lyric writer.
Okay, but hello. So I'd like to announce our very first teen fundraiser for 2022, and it starts with Valentinegrams. As you saw from my convention video, us teens love this teaching, and your support really, truly matters and makes a total and huge difference. So stop by the bookstore, and you can purchase a Valentinegram for just $5. And you can leave a note for your Valentine's, friends, family, children, and each will get not only a special note, but you're gonna get some candy and a really cute, simple painted rock if you like. And but yeah, so they're only $5, and every dollar supports the youth ministry of LVCSL. And this is my very last summer camp as a teen. And I personally want to thank all of you for your support, and it really means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. That's all.
Are they on sale today? On sale today? All right. Very cool.
Sign me up.
Well, if anybody's having trouble parking, we've got parking on the north side as well as on the south side. And remember to look for us on Amazon Smile. When you want to order anything on Amazon, you just go to smile.amazon.com. And the bookstore is open today with some very special gifts and jewelry, all on sale, 30% off.
Come on.
And when you see the little ticket and you see what it says on there, just know in your mind that it's 30% off, and they'll take it at the register. So it's not the 30% that you're looking at the tag. It's when you pay for it that they're going to take that off. And of course, the books on the side of the wall here, the window, are all 60% off. So get going with your Valentine's shopping right now over here. And then just remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have a fabulous week, everybody.
Thanks, Kitty.
Yeah, happy February.
Oh my goodness, the cupcake. I really thought the cupcake was going to have one at $135, because if he were still living, he would be $135.
That would have been a better choice.
But when I saw the face, we were just, it's actually still in the kitchen. On the counter. In 6 weeks we'll be having our membership meeting. So if you have not signed up to be a member, you might want to think about that. And we're still putting together how to do it virtually. It worked a little bit last year, but it's just, I'm having a feeling that we're going to do much better with that this year, since we've had a lot of practice. Thank you for the Valentine's grams in the bookstore. Our community partner, Stacy didn't mention, I think last week, we had a lunch with a community. Yeah, it was a couple of things she forgot, because I think she didn't want to scare you all. But yeah, we did sleep a couple days. But we also had a luncheon with a community partner, Safi. They were giving a luncheon to their partners, community partners. It was a fun time. We had it at Honey Salt. But there also, last year, a few of you did not Thanksgiving, good Lord, Valentine's Day boxes for the kids. And they're doing that again, and they're due like the 7th. So that would be next Monday. So I can send that link. I'm going to put that link on our website and on our e-bulletin, so that if you want to participate in creating a box for a foster kid, that would be great. And she didn't mention that I was in training to be a CASA. It was like, it's a lot of things happening this week. It's a lot of things. And but I did get to sleep a couple of hours, so I was very excited about that. So I would like to ask our Ministry of Prayer team, please come forward. These are the people that inspire me and Stacy to continue to do the work that we do, because we know with them, we know we cannot do this by ourselves. And we're so happy to have not only our community partners, but our spiritual partners in truth, and that's our practitioners. If you would like prayer from or with them today, they are here for you. We also have a prayer box we call God's Pocket, if you want to leave a prayer there. They have a meeting today after church, so they have a few minutes between time to pray with you. So thank you so much for being here for them, with them, and all that good stuff. Reverend Stacey, you want to give us you want to use my mic? No, use that one.
And so if you would close or lower your eyes and just take a deep breath. And we just fill our lungs up with all that good juju that we felt in this past few minutes together, hour or so together. Feeling that loving energy, allowing that to fill up our lungs. And as we take that in, we breathe it out to each and every person that we meet. That's our mission. That's our job. And as we choose to do that, we know that we are choosing to create a world that works for all. And so I'm just saying thank you for each and every person that's shown up this morning or that has watched us this morning, knowing that we are making a difference in this world, knowing that our love, they will know us by our love. They will know us by our love. And that's our job, to show up as love every chance we get. And if we take a moment and just embrace the now, we can do it more often than not. And so for that and so much more, I simply say thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great week. And so it is.
And so it is. Did we have any children today? All right, I thank you, Daisy, for agreeing to do that, but I want to also give thanks for Reverend Patricia in holding that space. Whenever I called her, when someone would call and say, I'm bringing my child, she would come and be prepared to have a little class with them. A lot of times they didn't show up, but she held that space as well. So up until now, thank you so much. Reverend Patricia, I hope you're watching. But I would love for all of you to repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
I know this in my mind.
I know this in my mind.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week.
Have a great week. Yes, we will.
Oh, yeah. Who's ready to do a little dancing?
Don't think about it, just move your body. Listen to the music.
I want to buy some. Where are you going to locate yourself? In the bookstore?
You can do it, sing oh and oh. Show the world you got the fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the world what you can do. Prove to them you got the moves. I don't know about you, but it's better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. And we can do this together. Bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, yeah. And you sing it so low.
You sometimes take aside work on projects that aren't literature, like a paper service. Okay, because I need to update. I'm not ready yet.
Show the world you got the fire. Feel the rhythm getting louder. Show the world what you can do. Prove to them you got the moves. I don't know about you, but I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. We can do this together. Bet you feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, yeah. I feel better when I'm dancing. I'm better when I'm dancing. Hey, hey. I feel better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. Better when I'm dancing. Yeah, yeah. We can do this together. Let's feel better when you're dancing. Yeah, yeah. La, la, la.
into a time where change is inevitable. And as the world we live in changes around us, there is a place that nurtures you with compassion, love, and brings out your inner strength. At the Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, we work to create a world that works for everyone. By sharing both personal and spiritual tools, we can help you navigate through and create a life you love. If mindfulness, prosperity, abundance, and peace are on your list of what you're looking for, come join us and be part of something wonderful. Wherever you are in your spiritual path, you are always welcome here. Join us in person or as live stream on Facebook each Sunday. For more information, visit us at www.lasvegascsl.org.